In each crypto bull market, there are certain narratives that drive price action and mass adoption. Those who find these narratives, these niche opportunities early, are the ones who usually end up making the most amount of money during the bull market, the 4-year cycle. The last cycle, we had things like DeFi and the NFT craze and metaverse, which drove a lot of mass adoption. A lot of money was made. In the cycle before that, you had the ICO craze, where the idea, the novelty of creating blockchains and crypto tokens on top of different layer ones like Ethereum provided a lot of opportunity for investors. In this next bull market, over the next 12 to 24 months, I personally believe that decentralized science will be a massive narrative. That's why you find a lot of these videos on my channel. If you're interested in learning about decentralized science from someone who used to work in the genetic analysis industry, I welcome you to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video out to whoever you want to, or hopefully someone else who you think is also going to benefit from watching content like this. Today we're going to talk about Genomes.io, a genetic sequencing company which is utilizing blockchain technology to store your genetic code safely. If you are unfamiliar with genomes or genetics, I'm going to briefly explain this to you before we start talking about the potential market opportunity, the tokenomics of this project, the funding that this project has received, and then some dubious price speculation towards the end of this video. Just like a computer has a source code, your body, every cell in your body has a source code, which is your DNA. You can build applications on top of your computer, and just like that, inside the human body, there are different biomarkers that kind of rest on top of your DNA, which will tell you different things about your body, different character traits, such as having curly hair or blue eyes or skin that is so pasty white, there's no melanin in here at all, that the sun coming through the window next to you is reflecting light off of my face here, right? Different things like this are just different character traits that are expressions of your genome, expressions of your DNA. And that is valuable information, especially for researchers and pharmaceutical companies. They will literally pay, they already do pay millions, if not billions of dollars to gain access to this. The only problem is companies like 23andMe are the ones sequencing your genome and then selling the data on the back end. You don't get to see anything of that. And as a matter of fact, you're paying them to profit off your genetic sequence. In this example, you could end up earning some money. People are earning money from selling their genetic information to different companies. And because of blockchain, we're storing that data more privately and removing personal identifiers so that I could sell my data without the pharmaceutical company knowing that it is my data. Very cool stuff here. So we'll get right into this now. Welcome to your DNA vault. Earn money anonymously, power scientific research and medical research. Privately explore your genes and what makes you unique. Own and secure your genome in your personal DNA. So if I hit get sequenced here, you'll see that the price to do this is about £350. So it's kind of expensive here, but it's come down drastically from even just 2 years ago. The price to sequence a human genome is on an exponential curve downwards, a limit function to zero. And truthfully, I believe will flip zero, and it will be, if it's not already there, it will be a revenue generating opportunity for you to have your genome sequenced and then sell some of that data. And you get a lot of health benefits as well. You can maintain privacy, maintain control, and get paid for DNA research. Right here, I don't know how accurate this is. This is just from their website. If you choose to allow GSK, a pharmaceutical company, to have access to part of your genome, you will earn $60. So over a couple months, a couple years, you can really stack up some of these earnings. These earnings will be paid out to you in the native gene token, which is what we're looking at here. We want to see what the potential there is. This removes the middleman, right? So you get to explore your genome, your ancestry, your carrier status, your health risks, and your pharmacogenetics. I personally believe that over the next several decades, probably 3 or 4 decades, it will be so commonplace for you to get your genome sequenced that you will just go in for your annual checkup with your physician and they will sequence your genetic information to tell you, hey, you're developing this risk factor for cancer. We should start implementing this treatment now to try and prevent that, to try and treat that before it gets out of hand. Or, hey, you have diabetes. and you've not obviously been sticking to the diet that is best for your genetics, right? I believe it'll be very commonplace. There's a lot of people who agree with me here. They are partnered with companies or collaborating with companies like AMD, Consensus, and Blockchain Technology. This is admittedly a little bit misleading because they are simply encrypting these vaults which store your genetic information in using AMD processing chips. So it's not really a collaboration, more so they're using a product given to them by AMD, like they bought a service from AMD, but that's not specific to them. Every single blockchain company does this. It's a way to gain notoriety in the space, right? You can also read about them on Forbes, NASDAQ, the Cointelegraph. These are all paid services. You pay Forbes to write an article about you, they'll write an article about you. Still really good to see that they're taking it serious though, and if you want more information, go ahead and read that. Let's get into the juicy stuff, all right? We're 5 minutes into this. Let's get into the information that I know you actually care about, okay? This is their coin price right now. This is the max chart of their coin price. It is down all time, but it is up substantially this year. Now we're sitting at about half of a penny with a market cap of $1.3 million. That's tiny. That's so tiny. The market cap to start this year off was at 60,000. So it's up a ton, but still tiny. It's still super small compared to the potential market that it has to service here. I'm going to play this quick video for you guys. I think it does a really good job. It's 2 minutes of explaining what this company is. This is part of their pitch deck when they raised 168,000 pounds. I hope this is pounds. I hope I'm not being stupid here. From 250 investors earlier this year. They did more fundraising. We'll get into that in a minute, but here you go.
Your genome is the biological blueprint that makes you who you are. It is the most valuable piece of personal information you will ever own. It determines all of your physical traits. Everything from your hair color to your likelihood of getting a certain illness. You only have one genome. It's present in every cell in your body. Unlike other sensitive information, like your credit card number, it does not change. In our lifetime, everyone on the planet will get their genome sequenced. But when you have your DNA tested, you lose all privacy, ownership, and control over it. DNA testing companies take it and sell it to pharma companies for millions. They're liable to data hacks, and will even share it with law.
23andMe literally just had a data hack where users had their information stolen. So this is happening all the time. Had they used blockchain, they could have prevented that. I have an entire video on that.
Enforcement. This is bad.
Yeah, you can see this. It's common practice. When you get your genome sequenced, you're giving permission for them
How
to
would you
sell
feel if, based on your genome, you were refused life insurance? Your employer charged you a higher premium for health insurance. You were deported. All of these things have already happened, and things are set to get a lot worse. We at Genomes.io have developed new cutting-edge technology in collaboration with AMD and Consensus. We use secure encryption virtualization and blockchain technology to empower individuals to take back control of their DNA data. Your DNA data is encrypted and secured in your own personal DNA vault. Only you can grant access to your genome through private keys in your mobile. No one else has access to your DNA data, including Genomes.io. This means you can privately learn about your genome without revealing this information to anyone else. If you want to, you can earn money off your genome by sharing private snippets with pharma companies. Think of it as a bank for your genome. You lock it up and earn interest. We have assembled a dedicated and growing team with expertise in genomics, encryption, and blockchain industries. We have experience in growing successful...
If one of you guys on this page is watching this video and wants to reach out with me and work with me, I'd be more than happy to, because I'm really enjoying what I've been seeing when I'm researching this. The key thing here, okay, was that they said if you want to sell your data, you can. And they're giving you control again. That's the main narrative in crypto, right? Control. So they did a fundraising round, 250 investors. They raised $150,000, right? $180,000, whatever the conversion rate is here. A decent chunk of money. Not a ton. That was earlier this year. More recently, they've done a larger fundraising round, which we'll touch on in a second, where they did $20 million. That's dramatic, guys. That's very, very dramatic. Obviously, the market cares about this. Obviously, investors are interested in this, and they want a slice of the pie. They want to get involved. Even just grabbing a small portion of that potential market cap, of that potential market, is massive returns for something like this. And we know that people in crypto love giving premiums to the tokens outside of just market cap. We look at some of the tokenomics. The tokenomics of a cryptocurrency influence the actual price of that coin even more than that potential market cap for that sector. Okay, that's a topic for another video though. You can look at something like if people are burning coins every transaction like they do with this, then the potential market cap for a set of coins that are used to pay for a product could be higher than the actual product itself market fit. The Gene token is a utility token that enables the querying of data vaults within the Genomes DAO ecosystem. It acts as the native currency within the Genomes DAO platform for Ethereum. If I want to financially interact with Ethereum-based dApps, I need to use ETH as the currency for that crypto ecosystem. The same concept applies here for Gene tokens. We need to align economic incentives to those who have supported the Genomes DAO ecosystem. Therefore, Gene is a deflationary utility token. For each whole genome sequence test sold, we burn a set amount of Gene tokens as a function of the number of kits that they sell. This incentivizes pharmaceutical companies and research groups to buy Gene tokens early. For example, every whole genome sequencing kit or NFT package sold through Genomes DAO will result in 10% of tokens being burned. Example, if 1,000 kits ordered at $500 each, that would result in $50,000 worth of Gene tokens being burnt. So over time, this is a deflationary coin. There is a set maximum supply of 1 billion coins in total, and obviously they've already started burning some because this is a company that's operating and has to derive revenue in order to maintain function. The market cap for genetic testing is predicted to hit $100 billion in 2028 and is currently worth more than $30 billion. It is a market that is backed by exponential market demand. There was a starting 1 billion Gene tokens, of which 18 million have already been burned, right? This is very fascinating. That's something I am a big fan of. I enjoy those tokenomics a lot. You can find the initial distribution of these Gene tokens back from this article from November 12th of 2021, in which they did an initial sale of these coins. 10% were locked to support genomic diversity in research and provide passive income to underserviced populations. 30% of tokens are available for purchase for 999 ETH. They already did this. This was 2 years ago. 30% incentives for liquidity provisions to make sure that the market is not super volatile for this coin. 6% allocated for open proceeds. Anyone can join and commit. 5.6% for people who supported over the last 3 years as they were building out and expanding, 8.3% for the team incentives and marketing budget, 10% for the founding team who did not take a single penny over the last 12 months. They will be vested for 12 months. 10% locked away for business developers to sell to research organizations and pharmaceutical companies from 2022 onward. So not the most ideal distribution, however, realistically not that bad of a distribution when all things are considered. This company has received recently in August $20 million from an investment firm, Gem Digital. This is a huge vote of confidence for a company like this, a company that needs money in order to continue operations. They just received $20 million. That is a large runway, presumably for the next couple of years. Hopefully they are good with their budgeting. Unfortunately, it's a private company, so I cannot necessarily see financial reports or anything to give my 2 cents on that. But nonetheless, $20 million is a pretty big runway. If we go look at Crunchbase, something that I like to look at specifically is their monthly visits and their monthly visit growths for the website. So it's up 87% month over month for visit growth. I don't know if it's month over month, but they're up 87% in monthly growth, monthly visits. And it's 3,600 individuals approaching this market. They want to see what this company is all about. I found this one article, which I'm going to read for you guys and skim over. and then we'll do the price analysis. D3 Young says, I want to clarify a few points about buying crypto tokens and highlight a critical aspect often overlooked in tokenomic reviews. Okay? Many crypto investors misconstrue crypto as a stock, believing that buying the token equates to investing in the company or project. This is not true. You know it's not true. If you follow this page, if you've been listening at all, you know that that's not true. There's pretty big reasons here, right? Not all projects need a token. There should be a specific rationale for a token in which value should be captured. Therefore, I believe it's important to view tokenomics from two significant angles: the value capture and the supply and vesting periods. So what is value capture? He uses an example of Genome's DAO. Surprise. To demonstrate this, let's take Genome's DAO as an example. They've devised a system where you can get your DNA sequenced and the results are stored anonymously in an encrypted vault. Then they collaborate with researchers, universities, and pharmaceutical companies, third parties, and allow them to access your DNA, and you get compensated if you choose to participate. Genome's DAO could generate hundreds of millions of dollars, but the token value would likely remain stagnant. However, Genome's DAO uses value capture by only allowing access to the precious DNA vaults through the purchase of gene tokens. Okay? That makes sense to everyone. So there's an incentive for people to buy the token. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're trying to invest into. Not invest into. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. It's not financial advice, right? This is crypto, and we're looking at utility tokens that may or may not gain any value. What I'm looking for when I'm researching this stuff is for a reason for people to purchase. I see the total addressable market. I see that the company received good funding so that they have a runway to continue operations. They have an actual business model, and they're implementing blockchain technology through the gene token in order to try and help secure people's data. There's a reason for people to buy the gene token. Therefore, I want to try and speculate on some of the price appreciation. This person put together a little chart here and to see the percentage of market captured, 1%, value of market captured 1 billion, gene value at current issuance would be $1 per coin. If we look back, it is currently at half a cent per coin. So that's a very large gap. That's a huge discrepancy between the two. I don't believe that these are realistic price targets to get to a $30 billion market cap. If they capture 30% of the market, there's just too many companies doing that. This is not realistic if you're looking at it at that face value, but this is not taking into account any market premiums. And we know that the anticipation or the excitement, the FOMO, drives the markets. So they don't even need to capture 1% in order for the token to be that high, especially as they continue to burn coins. I think realistically, this could probably hit several billion-dollar market caps without actually selling that many dollars worth of product. Market cap sitting here at $1.3 billion. I think this is, or $1 million. I think this could hit a multi-billion-dollar market cap, which would be 1,000x from here. That is on the table, in my opinion. Depending on how many coins they issued over that period, if they went fully diluted, that would make it so that there's about a 500x if they fully diluted in the next 2 years. The current issuance, that would be a multi-thousand-x. That is very dramatic, but at the baseline, I could see this becoming a multi-$100 million market cap if they execute appropriately. I mean, they did just receive $20 million in funding for the company, so sitting at a $1.3 million market cap is extraordinarily low. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing into. I will see you guys in the next video.